Welcome everyone to the Fire Mountain Gems and Beads Jewelry Making Studio. Today it's more fun with fringe. This is a coraling technique. It's not your basic fringe. This has just got a little bit of extra bonus. So there is one fringe and I'm going to show you how to make a fringe like this. And it's absolutely versatile. You can do it any way you like with as long or as frondy as you want.
Get our email newsletter for beading news, sale announcements, new product announcements, and more. Link is in the description below.
So let's start on this side of my bracelet. What I have here is a basic peyote stitch bracelet, and I've got a thread coming out of this last bead here. And we're going to start to make a coral fringe. I want these sort of a medium length. You can make them as long as you want or as short as you want, but I started with 20 of these sand colored beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and you could do 40 if you like, but I'm just going to stick with 20. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I start with 20 to make my main fringe, my main base of my fringe. And then I want to put on the little accent beads at the end. I'm going to use 3. You could use 1. You could make a whole leaf shape down here at the bottom. You can make anything you like at the bottom of your fringes. I'm just going to do a little 3 thing here. I'm not going to go back through those 3. I'm going to go back through 5 of the sand colored ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Didn't go through the pink ones or the coral colored ones. I went through the sand colored ones. I'm going to pull all this tight. I'm going to do it right here where you can see it. And you can see the 3 that I did not go through, if I encourage them a little bit, will form sort of a little picot stitch, I guess. Looks kind of like a picot. And in a normal fringe, we would go all the way back up through the sand and start coming down the next one. But this time we're making a coral fringe, a branched fringe. So I'm coming out here at bead 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I'm coming out here. And I'm going to add another branch. And so I'm going to add another branch, and this branch will be 5 corals long. You can make it 3 or 6 or 25. It doesn't matter. It's all your creativity and what you want to do with yours. I'm just adding 5 more beads, 5 more of the sand-colored beads. They come down here to form my branch. I'm going to add 3 more of the coral-colored beads. 1, 2, 3. To form that little picot end. And I'm going to go back up, skipping the pink ones, skipping the coral ones, back up through the 5 sands. And that forms our first branch. Keep all this nice and tight. Ta-da! Make another branch. I'm going to go up through 5 more of the sand. This is in my main column here. This is the main branch, I guess you'd call it. I'm going to go up through 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull that through. And we're going to make another branch coming out this way. So 5 of the sand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 of the corals. 1, 2, 3. Skip the corals and go back through the sand color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we have another branch. And you could even make another branch off of that branch if you wanted to. I'm going to keep this one pretty simple. Time to build another branch. We're going to go up 5 more of the sand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull that through, and I'm keeping all my tension nice and tight, so all my little picot ends on my branches stay where they are. And I add 5 more sand. 1, 2. You could even think of these as grains of sand, couldn't you? 5 of those, and 3 of the coral color. We leave the coral color out down there to hang out, and we go back up through the 5 sands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see how it's a little bit loose there? I don't want looseness, so I'm going to hang on to that little picot, that very last one there, and I'm going to pull this up to make it all tight. There we go. That looks better. And finally, I'm not going to make another branch now. I'm just going to go through the last of the 5 sands and back through that first bead hole that I came out of the first time. That way. And that is 1 coral fringe. Be careful when you're pulling this through that you don't catch up all these little bits of danglies that are all hanging out here for you. Make sure you don't catch those, especially as you get really clustered up. Then go back down through the very next hole, the very next bead on the edge of your bracelet, and you're ready to start another fringe. So you would add 20 of your rain branch, and then you start branching off of it. And ultimately, when you get all of these branches done, you end up with a coral fringe bracelet like this one. You can picture it on your wrist. There you have it. Coraling technique fringe. So thank you so much for joining me at the Fire Mountain Gems and Beads Jewelry Making Studio. Be sure you like, share, and subscribe. I hope you love this technique. Happy beading!